Welcome back to the Ancient Ruins. Today we're going to have a further foray into Fantasy Forum, the 18-card wallet game from Buttonshy Games. Last time in the I Have Never Played video, it bent us over and spanked our little booty on the beginner's mode, the same mode we're trying again today. We are going to try and work our way through every mode, beginner, easy, hard and expert, but we have to make it through baby's first fantasy romp before we can even go down that route. Without further ado, we know how this game works now. Let's get to it. So, Outlands Encounter, an ancient font of power emits raw magical energy. You may buy any number of essences for 1 shard less than the listed market price. That's really good because one of the market prices is 1. That means it's free. It means it's free. We're setting the house rule now. It means it's free. The rest of it could be quite good, but we'll have to dig into it to see how good it could be. Next, Forge Encounter. You failed to notice the hall developing in your pack until it's too late. You have one. If you have one more, my goodness, the words aren't working currently. If you have more than 1 essence in your pack, lose 1. We've got none. It's the first turn. Ha ha! Right, so, martial essence, 1 minus 1 is 0. We get a free martial essence. That is lovely. Do we want any of the others? Oh, yes. So if we buy a life essence, that will drop us down to 4, and we can sell that for 8. That is genius. We're going to buy that as well. So that does cost us 4, so we're going to drop down to 6. Now, on beginners, baby's first foray into fantasy fighting, we get 10, so we're down to 6. Now, remember that we do need to get a total of 20 to get one of the elementals. We can't attack the prick, this dickhead here, without being an elemental, and it costs a minimum of 4 shards to hit him. That's bad. At the moment, we have 6, so we need to buy and sell and monitor the market the best we can to earn the money to become an elemental to hit the prick. He's a prick. Right, that being said, we are done. We only have room for 2 essences, so we slide everything up. And then we do the little conveyor. Ooh, let's turn this round and let's try and keep it all nice and easy for when we have to refresh. So, there, move over, you twist. We could have checked what the next Forge Encounter was going to be and planned accordingly, but that would require intelligence, and I don't think we've got any of that. Right, next up, Outlands Encounter. Outlaws waylay you as you cross the Outlands. Lose 1 essence of your choice unless you have the weird star symbol. Okay, so we don't have the weird star symbol, so unfortunately we do lose an essence. So we will lose the martial essence because, well, it was free. So we don't really lose anything. But it does have an impact on our future purchasing power. So what we will do is we will pop you there, and we will move on, and we will sell the life essence for 8. So we go from 6 all the way up to 14. This is a genius start, okay? Genius. We're at 14. We need to get a minimum, or I say probably 25, because even when we've bought the elemental, we still need money to keep trading so we can hit the prick. This is the prick. Now, do we want to buy anything? Yes, we want to buy the Radiant Essence for 7, so we can sell that for 11. Is there anything else of worth? Ooh, yes, this Shadow Essence. If we buy the Shadow Essence for 2, we can sell that for 5. So that is a 9 total, taking us from 14 down to 5. Now, I don't know whether I mentioned this in the last video, but I'll mention it right now. I really like this game. It is a beautiful use of 18 cards. It's nice and thinky. It's not too difficult. Well, I'm going to say difficult. It's not too difficult to learn. Might be too difficult to win, even on baby's beginner. That being said, we've come to the end of our turn, and we will continue. Hopefully, we get a bit of better luck. I think I think there's that as well. There's a lot of kind of luck mitigation rather than whether it's a good or bad situation. You have to choose the right things. Yes, there is some RNG, as we realised last time, but it just makes you want to play again. It's not a lengthy setup, and it's not a lengthy game, so it's absolutely fine. Right, we've got the guild loan contract out now. Gain 4 shards when you equip this, but you have to then pay 5 additional shards to get anything else. So it's a good short-term solution, and one that we might consider to try and get a nice, well, an elemental early. If we got this elemental, we would gain 1 shard for each point of damage you take from your rival. Oh, could be good, but it could end up being very, very bad. We'll see. We'll see. We're not there yet. Right, and now we can sell this. So we can sell the Shadow Essence for 5, and we can sell the Radiant Shell. That was weird. We can sell the Radiant Essence for 11 for a total of 16. So we can get you back up here. And we get 16. We've got 5, we get 16. We're up to 21. Now, straight away, we can afford to get air. That puts us in a good position. Is it the best position? Is that going to leave us kind of in danger? It might leave us in danger. Now, we've already seen most of the other elementals come out. And I am tempted with this because that would put us in a good position to carry on and earn the money to beat him. Think, boy, think. Right, do we want to... Yes. So we are going to go for it. We are going to get an early elemental. So the alchemist goes in. We are now air elemental. And when we attack, we gain 1 shard for each point of damage you take from your rival. That puts us down to 1. Okay, so we are very, very poor. So that is bad. Now, once per turn, you may look at the back of the rightmost card in the ethereal row. I'm not bothered because we're about to get rid of this guy. We are going to swap the torch for the guild loan contract, and that gets us back up to 6. That is risky, but it puts us in a position where we can carry on trading. We might get an early win. Famous last words, best at games. If you are enjoying these videos, there's quite a lot. Too many? I might have gone overboard with Button Shy. I've suddenly become... definitely didn't unlock anything inside of me. But if you are liking this and you want to see more Button Shy content, I've decided they're going to come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the foreseeable future. So why not pop a like, a comment and subscribe? It genuinely does help the channel. Back to the nonsense. Right, so we've got plenty of money and we have 3 things. If we buy the life essence, we can gain 1. That's okay. If we buy the shadow essence, we can lose 1. That's a bit shit. And if we buy the radiant essence, we can lose 3. We can't even afford it. So what we will do is, do we ever want the shadow essence? No, it gets progressively worse. But an 8 for a radiant essence could be worth it later on. So what we will do is we will buy the life essence. That will drop us down to 2. And we will move everything up. Now, obviously, he says, as if you've played this game 1,000 times, when there is less than 2, the prick gets a go. But seeing as there is still 2 or more, we just continue. So, let us conveyor belt. Right, so we are now less than 2. So at this point, we can lose it all. Well, he's going to become an elemental and he's going to do some damage. We're at full health. I shouldn't have said that. I definitely shouldn't have said that because that's just asking for danger. You rescue a smith lost in the waste. You oh my goodness, you may buy an artifact with the star symbol for 3 shards. Gain 1 shard if there are none available. There is 1 available. We can buy that for 3 shards. Now, does this overwrite or everything else costs 5 shards? Because that says we can buy it for 3 shards. Anyway, we can do that later. We can't afford it now anyway, so that's it's by the by. You accidentally spring a hunter's trap. Oh no. Take 1 damage unless you have dexterity. I think we named it. I don't, so we take 1 damage, and then we are going to sell our life essence, and we're going to get 5. Lovely. So that takes us up to 7. Not quite what we needed. So we're in a bit of a predicament there because we don't get that. Is there anything that we're going to need? Is it going to work out for us later? Yeah, if we buy the life essence next for 4, it's going to put us in a bit of an okay position, but not the best. So what we're going to do is we've still got 2 or more. So we continue. Nice and easy game. There is just something appealing about these little 18 card games where it's the setup and teardown is just so peaceful and quiet and lovely. Right. So at the end of this turn, Prick definitely gets a go, so we know what's coming. Inexperienced goblins set up an ambush on the far side of the rope bridge. Pay 2 shards unless you have a leaf or an axe. I have neither. Ooh, this is not good. This is definitely not good, because we're about to go on to the spiral that we went into last time. An elderly gnome brandishes a hexing stave against all magical beings. If you have an elemental form, either pay 4 shards or take 2 damage. Oh no, we have to pay the 4 shards, because if we take 2 damage... No, we're going to take the 2 damage. We're going to take the 2 damage. This could be the beginning of the end already. Oh my goodness. But then we are going to buy the life essence. It's not the best choice, because that's going to cost us 4, taking us down to 1. And I don't think there's going to be any way to come back from that if we don't get some good luck. This could be our 2nd defeat on Baby's Beat. Oh, just bending off straight for the booty. Right, so as always, we take the cards and we have a look. And the Dark Alchemist gets the... Oh, it's water. Take 1 damage. It takes 6 shards. Oofed. 6 shards to attack that guy. But he only has 4 health. But we've got no way of attacking. But he doesn't attack now. So we have a reprieve of 1 round to try and get something good to happen. So we do need to shuffle. So shuffle, shuffle. Split in half. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Right. Alchemist. Mercenary. We could do with actually using our life potion to try and save ourselves, because oof. Oh, we need to twist it, and then hold on. Where are the twisties? There we go. Yeah, we could definitely use, because we are in a bit of a bad predicament currently. Right, let's see if we survive. We don't survive. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to discard this straight away to heal, just because I'm being a little bit cheeky. So that goes back up to 5. We are at full health. Wait, yes, we are at full health. And the reason I'm being a little bit cheeky is because the first one, Outlies, waylay you as you cross the Outlands. Lose 1 essence of your choice unless you have the star symbol. Don't have it. We would have lost it, so we might as well use it. A petty noble is desperate to buy an essence. No question asked. You may discard a martial or shadow essence from your pack to gain twice the market price. We have nothing. We are at the raggedy edge. We're at the precipice of losing this. However, we can buy a single martial essence for 1, sell it for 3 next turn, and it doesn't get us back in the game, unfortunately. It doesn't get us back in the game, but we might be able to pull this back. So everything moves down 1. This, apologies. This gets discarded. I think I've just had another rough hand. You move down, and you flip it over and become the new one. How are we coming back from this? Right, so first things that we need to do. Well, we need to go through all of it. So a stinging dust cloud stirs up as you come in from the outlands. Take 1 damage unless you have water. We don't? Oh, air, beans, they're water. Darn. Right. A treasure is not hidden but trapped. You may take 2 damage to gain 4 shards. If you have dexterity, you only take 1 damage. I'm not doing it. I can't afford to take the damage. It's very tempting, but I can't afford it. So we are going to sell the martial essence to gain 3. We're going to buy the martial essence for 3, and then we're going to sell. And yes, that is a mechanic in the game. I want to keep the martial essences on the board for just a little bit longer, but now we do have 3. Whew. We might be able to get a little bit further into this game. Okay, just if we survive. So let us move it on a little. Torch. Okay. Whew. We need to survive at least, I don't know, 3 more rounds to even get money. We need to get this and then sell there. Is there anything in between? No, nothing. Okay, so a restorative spring bubbles with otherworldly heat. Gain 2 shards for full health, otherwise heal. Heal's good. You discover a bandit hideout that seems to be unguarded. Gain 1 shard, or 2 if you have no elemental form. We do have an elemental form, so we only gain 1 shard, but that genuinely does help, because that means we could have bought something if it was available, but it isn't, so we can't. Again, darn. Right, we can't buy anything here, so at least it doesn't trigger the prick, but we do have to carry on. It is getting a little bit of brown trousers time. I genuinely came into this recording with lots of confidence, thinking I'm going to beat Baby's First Beginner's Bash at Fantasy Forum fighting. However, it doesn't look like I've got it this time, but let's see. So, inexperienced goblins set up an ambush on the far side of a rope bridge. Pay 2 shards unless you have them. It is so unforgiving. We're down to 2 shards again. Raiders carrying elemental bane weapons strike without warning, take 1 damage, or 2 if you have an elemental form. We are getting spanked, but we are going to buy both these martial essences as soon as it allows me to pick them up. And that might, maybe help us survive a little bit. So we get all of these. They do go back into the discard pile, but we turn this round and we lose another health. Oh no, and shuffle it. Right, we need to somehow get health, get 20. We need 24 gold to win. 24 gold, and currently we have 0, and we're not getting any the next turn either. Now I am going to move this across. We know it does 1 damage. We know it costs 6 to attack it. We want it to be a little bit tidier. Okay, so what do we got? We got life essence. We need it. We can't afford it. Radiant essence and martial essence again. We can't even. We could store another essence if we had any money, but we don't, so we can't, and it's bad. Okay. Blood moles burrow up from the ground, drawn to powerful energies. Take 3 damage if you have 12 or more shards. We don't. We've got 0. We have no shards. A petty noble is desperate to buy an essence, no questions asked. You may discard a martial or shadow essence from your pack to gain twice the market price. It's 1. Is 1. I don't think we're going to do that because next round it's 3. And if we discard it, it goes into the discard pile. If we sell it, it goes back into the market. And we might be able to manipulate the market later. But we can't do anything else this turn. So we crack on. Remember, if we take a single point of damage, that's the end of the run. Okay, you move down, and you move down. Okay, so we know we definitely sell these for 6, so we've got a little bit of money. It doesn't help us in any way, shape, or form yet, but we might. It might. A monolith shimmers as you approach, and then suddenly fades. Gain 1 shard, plus 1 more for each essence in your pack, so we get 3 shards total. We have had a little bit of good luck. Hopeful Scholars pay you for your secrets. Gain 1 shard for each point of damage or below full health. We are on 2, so we are 3 below, so that's another 3 shards. Okay. Are we in a good position? No. Are we going to live? Definitely not. Do we have a bit of money? Yes, we do. We're going to sell both our martial essences for another 6 to put us up to 12. We can do 2 damage. But we're going to take a damage and we're practically dead. But what I will do is I'm going to spend all my 12 to buy the Radiant Essence, and then I'm instantly going to sell it. Yes, that's a mechanic in the game. If I am reading the rules wrong or interpreting them wrong, let me know in the comments. But as far as I can tell, you can buy and sell as many times as you want. So, and it always goes to the left. So it's a weird mechanic, but it's a mechanic. Okay, we are not going to buy anything else because we've only got those. So we're going to carry on. We need 12 more. Oh, we need to flip this one as well. We need 12 more to win. 12 more. I don't think we're in a position to get 12 more anytime soon. If I buy that, that's an extra 3. We need a health potion. That's what we need. A rock slide barely misses you, revealing a valuable treasure. Gain 2 shards unless you have water. Haha, I'm air. I remember. An itinerant cleric offers to heal your wounds. You may spend 3 shards to heal damage equal to the number of shards spent. We're spending the 3. We're back down to 11. I'm not bothered. We are healing. We're back in the game. All of you doubted me. I'm the best at games. Right, so we can buy something. We were going to buy something. Yes, we're going to buy the Radiant Essence for 9, dropping us down to 2, because we know it's worth 12 on the next go. We are not going to do anything else, but we are going to buy these next time when they're cheap. So you come out, you come over here. Okay. And then you flippy dips. Right. We are in an okay position. Curse-bent birds dive from above, searching for food and energy. For each essence in your pack, either lose 2 shards or take 1 damage. Damage it is. Mindless shambler lurches in from the wastes. Are you kidding me? We lose the essence. We lose the essence. We're down to 2. We're buying these. We're starting again. We're building up again. We're losing essence unless you have a crossbow. We're starting again. Right, so this rotates. We take a damage. This has got 1 more rotation and then we just lose. Okay? 1 more rotation and then we just lose. So, Mercenary, Alchemist, Bandit. Ooh, that is money. That is money. We like money. We need money. This way around. Let me do a flippy dip. Life Essence, Shadow Essence, and Fire. You're pointless. I dislike you immensely. Right. So, A rock slide barely misses you, revealing a valuable treasure. Gain 2 shards unless you have water. We've got a little bit more money. A little bit. We still need another 20. We're sitting on 6. So we need another 14. A salve tree is blooming today. Heal 1 point of damage unless you have fire. We don't. That's good. And then we're going to sell both of our martial essences for an additional 6. Okay. We're back to exactly where we started. How bad is that? We're going to buy both the shadow essences. That's 4 in total, dropping us down to 6. So everything moves up. Life essence, I potentially could have bought and sold to put it back there. Then we had it for later. But quite frankly, this is one of those where I'm just holding on by the skin of my teeth. Hopefully we get something nice. Right. A monolith shimmers as you approach, then suddenly fades. Gain 1 shard plus 1 more for each essence you have in your pack. We're up to 9. We're up to 9. Okay. A mindless plumber lurches from the waste, slowly pursuing travellers. Lose an essence unless you have a crossbow. We lose an essence. Arrgh! It's like 1 step forward, 17 steps back. And then we get to sell our shadow essence for 3, putting us at 12. So we made a little bit of money that turn. We don't want to do anything with the sales yet, but we will buy the martial essence next turn. So we'll move on. If you do have a favorite solo button shy game, now we do have multiplayer button shy games coming to the channel, but if you do have a favorite solo button shy game, let me know in the comments, because as I say, there's quite a lot. I might have got a little bit silly with purchasing the next 6 that are coming, but let me know. Do try and stay away from Sprawlopolis as well, because come on, make them a little bit more not as popular. So if you've got one that is maybe a little bit less well known that you really like and you want to see on the channel, again, pop a comment and maybe we can do better than we're doing in this one. This guy's a prick. Right. So, what are we doing? A restorative spring with otherworldly heat. Gain 2 shards if at full health, otherwise heal 1 damage. We will heal. An itinerant cleric offers heal your wounds. You may spend, we don't need to do that one, but we will buy both these martial essences. And you know what? We'll buy the shadow essence as well. Yeah, we'll buy it as well. So that is a total of 5 that we're spending. So we're down to 7. It is now the end of our turn. Oh, we're going to have to just take a swing. We're taking a swing. So they take a swing and we take a swing. So we lose a health. They lose a health. That costs us 6 to do. And we now need to get a total of 18 in this turn. Now, last turn, last chance to do. So I technically they do the damage and then twist. So we'd fight first. So we've still got 1 more chance to get 18 in total to kill him before we lose. I really don't want to lose. Because I've already stated that we're going to play all the difficulties until we've won. It could just be 976 episodes of me playing babies beginners and getting spanked on the booty. Right. Blood moles burrow up from the ground, drawn to powerful energies. Take 3 damage if you have 12 or more shards. We've got 1. We're fine. A mindless shamble lurches from the waste, slowly pursuing travellers. Lose an essence unless you have a crossbow. We don't have a crossbow. We're going to lose an essence. It's quite annoying. So we're going to have to lose the shadow essence. But then we'll sell these and we'll get another 6. So we're up to 7 shards. We need 18, so we need to do a little bit of something good. What is it that we can do that is good? Life essence is going to be worth 8. So we will buy the life essence for 4. That puts us down to 3. Is there anything 3 here that makes us money there? No. Okay, radiant essence. Are we going to be in a place to mess with you? No. Okay. I think this turn is the turn. Like this, literally these turnings of the cards are the ones that determine whether we're going to be able to survive this. So, like for luck, if you haven't already liked the video, do so now to pass the good luck back through time to me. Inexperienced goddess goblin set up an ambush on the far side of the rope bridge. Pay 2 shards unless you have a leaf or an axe. We pay the 2 shards. We pay the 2 shards. Hopeful scholars pay you for your secrets. Gain 1 shard for each point of damage below full health. So we gain 1 shard back. So in a sense, we lost 1 shard. It's not the end of the world. It's just not very nice. Right. What's going to happen now? Oh, no. Beans. We can only buy 1 of the martial essences. Even though we can afford 2, if we bought both, it'd end the game and kill us. We're in a bit of a predicament. Let's carry on. I'm not sure it's savable at this point. I'm not sure. But we'll give it a go. But I'm not sure we can pull it back. We need an incredibly powerful sail, and it doesn't look like we're going to get them. Outlaws waylay you as you cross the Outlands. Lose 1 essence of your choice unless you have the... we all know where this is going now. We all know where this is going. A rejuvenating wind blows across the Outlands, carrying the sounds of distant battle. Gain 1 available martial essence, and heal 1. I will take it. I don't think it's going to do anything. We can do that for 10, but we needed, that will take us to 11. We needed 18. So we will go through the inevitable. In fact, if we sell this and that, it does give us 10. It doesn't end the game, but is there any point of delaying it? I don't think there is. We're going to delay it anyway. We're delaying it anyway, okay? We're going to delay it because if for any reason, and I don't know whether this is a thing that can happen, on the back of that card, it says you can take a free essence, we can win. Okay, so we're going to delay it for the final time, and if we don't get what we need, well, beans. So this has to say, get a free essence and win the game. An ancient font of power emits raw magical energy. You may buy any number of essences for 1 shard less than the listed market price. Right, so I am not going to do this. We've lost, okay? He's done the thing. He's run away. He's done. He has won. You may buy any number of essences for 1 shard than the listed in the market price. Now, if the Outlands encounter gives us the power at the market prices, so we got that when we get here, we could cheese it and go buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, get the money and win. If the Outlands encounter only happens there, and it means these market prices, that's curious. We'll have to look into that. Anyway, we lost. We got bent over and spanked again. Thank you very much for joining. If you have made it through to the end of the video, honestly, it's you guys that are making this channel work. So thank you very much. And until the next time we convene, stay excellent.